Yo, welcome in. Today I'm sharing my story of religious upbringing and how I got into my current position. Assuming many of you might not know, I consider myself an agnostic atheist at this point. My former religion is Islam. Why were I Muslim? Because I was born in a place where everyone else around me is Muslim. As a kid with underdeveloped brain, it's pretty usual to pick something like known people's beliefs up, right? Was I used to question though? Was I used to question my fate early on? No, to be honest. I would say it's unlikely. It's very unlikely that someone born in a place like this would even doubt his fate for once. I live in a South Asian country named Bangladesh. In here, people live their lives not through what they think to be true, they live by what they believe. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong to believe something. But when believing things blindly is a norm to the point where people are insecure to even question their beliefs, it becomes damaging. It becomes quite damaging to the people who don't subscribe to their beliefs. Anyways, I grew up in a society where social values are important to people. It's like the most important thing to some of them, which in itself shouldn't have been damaging even from my personal point of view. But the problem here is it's Islamic values, baby. I guess most Muslims out here don't even realize just because they believe something to be true, just because they value something, some guy out there would value it or think it to be true in the same way. They expect that should be because they believe in an objective truth. They believe their God is everyone's God. Everyone's gonna have an afterlife, and so on and forth. It isn't a problem if you believe just that much. The real issues, I think, I think the real issues are one, parents are bringing their kids according to their blind beliefs. Two, dumb asses who think they should have the right to do anything to anyone because they believe something. A guy from Arabia said this 14,000 years ago. He did this. He came up with all these words. He claimed those as God's words. He won some wars and presented them as God Almighty's victory. Those are enough for normies and fundamentalist Muslims to spend their life by. That's them. They just think. They think just because it's enough for them, it's enough for everyone. Those kinds of people are quite in numbers here. I picked their beliefs up, not because I thought it was true, but because those were the people I know. This is my family, if I be precise. I didn't even have any idea of Muslims having different beliefs until I got exposed to it. Not just that their beliefs are different, some of them are straight up contradictory. If I give a visual, think of it like as different sects, like there are different sects in Christianity, like Catholic, Protestant, etc. Except Muslims don't see them as sects. They just see those are different interpretations of God's words, which is believed to be clear and absolute. Even though there aren't any person who is assigned by the Islam as an interpreter. You see how fucked up this sounds? Here's one of the child fantasy I had after I was exposed to groups with different interpretations of Islam. I shall be the one to fix their conflicts and truly define the truth of the matter, which everyone would accept. Huh, it took me a bit more time to realize. One, their interpretations are contradictory. Two, people are actually opposed to that idea, and even if they act as if they don't. This phase was about 2 years. Then comes the stage after. The reality grounded me. Reality made me real. It made me acknowledge what's actually going on. Well, then what do you think make the most sense to be? There's no truth in there objectively, right? Screw it then. That was the feeling basically. Because that's what I was looking for. I was looking for an objective truth. After that, uh, after that, I stayed irreligious for 2 years, I assume. Although my neurology wasn't prepared yet to think myself an atheist. Come to think about that, in the place I grew up, there were no atheists I knew of. Atheism as a thing didn't exist at all. It didn't exist even as a taboo here. I wasn't aware of atheist and atheism until I got access to the internet and atheist contents, which was during my late teenage. There's one of the things I am afraid of myself. It's my weakness. I can't come up with something out of the box except what I have access to. I know, I know if I have all the information and life experiences, I will make the most logical decision. But until that happens, truth is subjective and evil, that's relative. Like if you liked, subscribe if you haven't.